This is why this bag from our factory only costs you 1,000 USD.
Baby, I done seen so many Chinese manufacturing videos and how to ship door to door from China to avoid the tariff videos this morning. Also, did you know they're selling ready-made houses over there for $10,000? Ready to ship, delivered, the DHL way. That's crazy. But that besides the point. Damn near every live I stroll by, somebody from China selling luxury handbags, luxury watches. I done seen the Rolex for about $50. It won't be now another extension. And what's the buddy? Sin Bags, who's selling the luxury purses and stuff. He listening to Gunno Lavish. Stop being humble, fuck nigga. You letting all these luxury handbag companies pop their shit. It's time for you to pop your shit now. hey, they let the cat out the bag now.
Oh my God. Chanel handbags. Chanel handbags. Cosmetics. Skims. Y'all are done. Done.
So basically, we aren't worth anything unless we got an American stamp on our behind. You're telling me that America has all you rich and famous people looking stupid. You fake it. You fake. You ain't the real thing. You got that little cheapo Gucci bag. You telling me that the Gucci bag, we could go get a Gucci bag from China for $300? So all the bags that people used to say that I had was fake. All the bags that people used to say that I had was fake. Oh, that's from China. That ain't worth nothing. You told me I got rid of that shit.
Hello guys, and welcome to the Joy Report. In today's video, we're going to talk about Black Fox's hilarious reactions to the China expose. For years, America's luxury brands have walked around with their noses in the air, selling bags, shoes, and clothes for thousands of dollars while treating it like a privilege just to step inside their stores. But now, China has had enough. We all know the drill. The fancy logo on a bag, the shiny gold on your shoes, the limited edition stuff that only the rich can get their hands on. It made people feel special, right? Like they'd made it. But here's the kicker. All that luxury was built on a lie. And this year, China decided they were done with it. They pulled back the curtain and exposed American luxury brands for the world to see. And Black Fox, they're having the time of their lives reacting to this expose because they've been calling out these brands for years. The only difference now, China brought the receipts. If this is the kind of content you enjoy, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing so that YouTube may recommend it to a wider audience. And so now, without further ado guys, let's go straight into this video. But first, let me play you a few videos on this matter and I'll come back with my commentary. As a side note, all credit goes to the creators of these videos.
For everybody that used to be mad at the girlies doing their DH gate hauls, to the front, to the front, to the front, to the front. Listen, China been on TikTok exposing your favorite brands. All the Lulu girls with the Lulu on your butt, to the front. I've seen so many videos of these girls that be spending thousands of dollars, mad at girls that spend a good little $50, $60, $100 here and there for the exact same bag. And some of y'all be like, I can tell immediately. Can you? I'm sure even in the worlds of fakes, there are levels to this shit, right? But for years, we all know Nike has sweatshops. All of these other companies, they have sweatshops. And where do y'all think the sweatshops are? Y'all talking shit about Shein, but it's the same fucking quality as Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. Same factory. We've been saying it for years. It's coming from the same manufacturers. It's coming from the same manufacturers. And y'all are like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is made in France. It's made in Beijing. They just take it over there right before it's finished and they slap a little finishing touches on it and say, made in France. And y'all shell out thousands of dollars. And hey. Once again, I'm not against buying what you want, but this goes down to let people buy what they want. If someone wants the look of something, even if they like the look of the fucking logo and they said, but I ain't paying $12,000 for it because it's not worth Sometimes I just want y'all to admit that y'all just like the name. Y'all just want the brand. Y'all just want people to think that you have money. You don't want it because it looks good, because a lot of times a lot of y'all be throwing on designer from head to toe and look a fucking mess. Look a mess. Look a mess. Oh, you know how much this fit worth? I don't care. It look like shit. It look like shit. And I swear sometimes I feel like these designers be doing this shit on purpose. They like, look, we finna make the ugliest fucking outfit called $5,000. Watch, they gonna buy it. And y'all buy it. And y'all literally buy it. When Kanye dropped his hobo collection, y'all was, oh my god, this is so futuristic and amazing. Post-apocalyptic fashions. Y'all talk shit about people that wearing Skechers, but y'all got on them big ass, bulky ass fucking Bottega shoes, walking around looking clunky with skinny jeans on, and they have the nerve to talk about, man, you know how much this I put that shit on. China said, since y'all bitches want to play with us, we finna expose you hoes. DJ T done fucked up everybody. Like, all of these companies finna be hot. I know all of these fucking luxury brands is in a group chat right now. Like, get this bitch out of here. Get him out of here. He is fucking it up for everybody. And China also said, by the way, we're going to make it easy for you to get a visa to come over here for 10 days. And you can just come buy this shit tax-free. No tariff. Not for you, baby. Not for you, baby. They haggling like, I don't know if you've ever been to China. Well, I've never been to mainland China. I've only been to Hong Kong. But I'm sure it's, you know, relatively same type of like, you know, culture. And this is the haggling they be giving you. Like, listen, don't tariff. No tariff for you. No tariff for you, pretty girl. No tariff for you. Okay, don't even worry about it. Just come buy the bag. Come buy the bag.
Let's rewind for a second. Why would China go after Americans' luxury brands in the first place? Well, here's the twist most people didn't see coming. Trump's trade war with China lit the match. When Trump slapped heavy tariffs on Chinese-made goods, it messed with the global economy. At first, it looked like just politics and economics, but China is clapping back. They've decided to play a little game of you mess with us, we'll mess with your money. So instead of fighting back with weapons, they came for something America holds dear, its image of wealth and status. And what better way to strike than exposing the truth about American luxury brands? See, most American luxury goods are either made in China or made with Chinese materials. That handbag you spent $2,500 on, probably made in the same factory as a bag selling for $50 under a different label. That designer belt everyone's flexing on Instagram likely costs a few bucks to make, but gets a $1,000 markup just because of a logo. The same materials being used for high-end and budget brands. The only difference, one comes with a pretty name and a big price tag. The reactions on TikTok were priceless. Black folks didn't hold back. They were cracking jokes left and right, acting like they'd known this whole time. The memes started flooding in, and they were savage. And honestly, the whole thing was just hilarious. Black people have been warning folks for years that this whole luxury thing was a lot of smoke and mirrors. People spent hundreds, sometimes thousands on shoes and bags that didn't even last as long as a good pair of Nikes. Now, don't get me wrong, some of the luxury stuff was nice, but come on, it wasn't that nice. A bag that cost $2,000 wasn't going to make your life better. See, luxury brands have been using China for cheap labor to make their products. The real kicker is, the luxury brands knew they were charging top dollar for stuff that was coming out of the same factories as the knockoffs. But of course, they didn't care. They just slapped a logo on it and boom, instant profits. People have realized that they've been paying a premium for something that wasn't even made with special care.
Oh no. See, so basically nothing is worth anything unless it's got an American tag on it. When you come to America, everything is gonna go up. The prices is gonna go up. Everything's gonna go up but your paycheck. They're taking us for granted. We work hard every day and we get the same bull crap, and they doing this. And then people, look, this shirt is from Shein. Shein company, it is good quality. If I went to dadgum TJ Maxx, Marshalls, even Lululemon, this shirt would be $50. Or at a boutique selling it for $50. And I got it for $7 off of Shein. This is good quality. It's just because we're here It's because that we're in America busting our butt that our stuff got to be expensive because they want to kick all the poor people out and put rich people in here. That's why in my city, everything in there, they're changing all the, it used to be a low income town. And now it's booming. They putting big houses in there because they trying to move all the poor people out. That's what the world has came to, y'all. It's ridiculous.
So now we know why America really didn't want us to see what they was doing over in China. And if you don't know, click the search bar and see how China just exposed America. That designer that you've been spending your money on, $200, $300, $400, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, all of your hard-earned money basically been going to knockoffs, if that's what y'all want to call them. Canal Street specials, if I might say. China is basically saying that your favorite designer gets their bags, their clothes, their shoes made in China, not Italy. So when you thinking you getting the finest of threads, you getting them from China. And now China is saying that they got them for the low, like they been had them, but they just not keeping it a secret no more. So what they're saying is that designer that we've been wearing, they've been making, and they make them for cheaper, and we might as well not buy that designer that we've been buying. It's kind of strange to me because a lot of people been losing their lives to get designer. It's a lot of people that lost their lives over designer. And you're telling me that China's been making it? All I can say is this trade war is exposing the real from the fake and the fake from the real, if that makes sense.
At this point, the whole thing started to make sense. People weren't paying for quality or craftsmanship. They were paying for a name. They were paying $2,000 for a bag with a logo on it, while others were paying $60 for something that looked just as good. The real luxury wasn't about having the best product. It was about having the right brand name. Here's the thing. Black folks weren't just laughing at the people who had been flexing their designer stuff. They were laughing because they saw the whole situation for what it was. It wasn't about the quality of the product. It was about the game of status. It was about making people feel like they had to drop insane amounts of cash just to belong. And when China pulled back the curtain, everyone saw what was really going on. People didn't just laugh. They felt like they had been freed from the lie. The truth is, for black folks, luxury hasn't always felt luxurious. It felt performative, conditional, fake. They remember being ignored in high-end stores, being treated like criminals for just browsing, watching brands profit off black culture, then act brand new when it came time to give credit. They've seen designers steal streetwear aesthetics, using black models in campaigns for clout, and then disappear when it's time to speak up on real issues. And now, these same brands are getting exposed for playing dress-up while hiding their real production behind closed doors. So this wasn't just funny, it was vindicating. Trump's Tariff war, which was supposed to punish China and protect American jobs, actually led to the exposure of how dependent American brands are on China, especially the ones screaming the loudest about being elite and exclusive. That's the gag. These brands that love to throw around words like heritage, legacy, and timelessness were relying on the same factories producing goods for discount online stores. Black Americans didn't just laugh. They turned this into a teachable moment. A lot of them started calling out the entire system, the obsession with labels, the trap of luxury validation, and the toxic belief that your worth is tied to the logo on your chest. And let's be real, that mindset has hurt people, especially in low-income communities where folks are pressured to prove they made it by wearing brands that don't even want them in the building. How many people have gone broke buying bags, belts, or sneakers trying to keep up an image? How many rappers shouted out these brands in songs only to be ignored or disrespected by the companies they were hyping? How many people have walked into stores ready to spend real money only to be stared down or questioned? Meanwhile, the brand itself is just smoke and mirrors. A luxury handbag that cost $37 to make being sold for $3,000, considering the labor was cheap, the materials were made, the markup is just criminal. That's not fashion, that's manipulation.
Another late upload, guys, so I'm sorry if I'm looking kind of crazy, but ever since China exposed like the designers over here of how they charging us, man, it just really like made me feel some type of way, you know, because for years, you know, I like nice stuff just like everybody else. I like to look good, you know. I'm an older man, so of course I got to keep my game right. And I thought I was really like, you know, making myself feel good because for the first time in my life, you know, after what I went through in my life, you know, I feel like I was on a come up. I feel like I was leveling up in life, you know. And so as time went on, I started buying Gucci, all kind of designer stuff, man. This is just, this ain't even trying to boast, man. This is basically like, I feel like crap. But I still thank China for exposing everything. We already knew, especially me as an adult, that we do get overpriced for stuff when we go buy stuff. But just to find out that these shoes right here, I wore these in my intro on my YouTube channel 4 years ago when I did my first intro, when I first hit 200,000 on my main channel on YouTube. And I paid $1,700 for these at the Gucci store. I found these online, man, $9.99 in China. $9.99, and I wore these in my intro. And seeing what I'm seeing, how China exposed everything, it just really made me rethink of all the money that I threw away, And so as time went on, I continued to buy more Gucci stuff. I never really bought a Gucci belt or like a Gucci hat or like the Gucci collared shirts. I never bought that type of stuff, but I really fell in love with the Gucci slides. So about a few months after the intro, I went on to buy these, which had became one of my favorite pair of Gucci slides. These were like $4.50 a few years ago. I found these same shoes in China, $1.57, man. $1.57 in China. It's a slap in the face, bro. And throughout my career, as I continue to blow up on YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff, and I started to make more money, the more Gucci that I wanted. So it became like an addiction to me, wanting Gucci and all that. And so I went on to buy more Gucci slides, and because when you on social media, you start making that money, you start leveling up a little bit, you kind of want a little bit more. It's not really to flex up for everybody else. It's really to make yourself feel good. Like I did a TikTok earlier in the garage, where I was like destroying another pair of my Gucci slides. They were one of the very first pair of Gucci slides that I've ever owned. And those Gucci slides cost me $400 and something when I first bought them. Coming to find out, those shoes only cost 97 cents, man. So it's a slap in the face. So the reason why I'm up late tonight, because I'm going through my collection and I'm looking at all the money that I spent on all these slides. I probably got 25 pair of Gucci slides. And when I think about the money that I spent on these Gucci slides, I could have started a small business. I could have used that money to really help somebody in need. And if it wasn't for China exposing the truth, I would have went on with my day-to-day life, not really caring and stuff like that, and just continue to support these designers and buy Gucci. But I realized, man, I was supporting nothing but a scam. I've been getting scammed all these years. Again, I'm not going to come on here and act like I didn't know that we get overpriced and overcharged for stuff, especially when it's imported in from another country. But dang, something that costs 90 cents, 85 cents to make, and you're paying hundreds for something. That's like going into the Dollar Tree and buying a $1 bottle of dish liquid and selling it for $500. That's crazy, man. So your boy is kind of going through it right now. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm going through it right now because I can't believe that I literally made this choice. But I want to say thank you to China because you just saved me a lot of money in the near future. Thank you, China. I appreciate you.
It's especially ironic because this all came full circle. Trump started a trade war thinking he was defending American pride. But what he did was expose the house of cards these brands were built on. And China, with receipts in hand, decided to tell the world what was really going on behind the curtain. And who better to receive the tea than black folks? They drank it, sipped it, and served it right back with a side of "we told you so." Because this moment wasn't just about overpriced bags of fake exclusivity. It was about the lies being sold and the people who've profited from them. So what do you all think? Do you think the name brand still matters if the quality is the same as the knockoff, or are people just paying for the hype? Do you think social media has made people feel pressured to buy designer stuff? What's your reaction to China exposing these brands? Were you shocked? And lastly, have you ever spent way too much on a luxury item only to realize later it wasn't all that? What was it? Let's laugh together in the comments. Otherwise, that's it from me. I also have another video about Target continuing to lose billions, and if you enjoy such kind of content, please click up here and enjoy. Also, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing because it helps me grow my channel. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, the Joy Report out.